Call the meeting to order. Good evening. This is the August 13th, 2024 meeting of the Shrewsbury Select Board. We will start with introducing the board and staff members present. I am Teresa Flynn.
Michelle Conlon.
Carlos Garcia.
Beth Cassavant.
Town Manager Kevin Mizikar.
Assistant Town Manager David Snowden.
Assistant to Town Manager Justin Dobson.
The first item on our agenda is to approve the bills, payrolls, and warrants.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Item number 2 is to approve the minutes of the July 23rd, 2024 meeting and August 6th, 2024 workshop.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Item number 3 is announcements and reports. So there were no announcements or reports raised to me. So, Mr. Garcia?
Thank you. I just wanted to elevate with the community some opportunities to provide feedback for the housing production plan update. Next week on August 20th, there will be a community forum at 6:30 p.m. at the Senior Center with more opportunities to come. The planning department will announce those and we'll push that out so folks can be engaged in that process. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other board members?
Yeah, I also just had just a quick update from the Municipal Facilities Optimization Committee that we had a meeting last night. Those are televised now, so people can watch them on Shrewsbury Media Connection. This is the building committee that's studying the renovation of the South Street buildings, so the DPW highway garage and also the water and sewer building, and then some basic renovations to the town hall that would need to be done as well. We are going to be offering some tours to the public if they're interested in taking a look at South Street, and one of those coincides with the yard waste drop-off next Saturday. And there's also one on, I believe was it 24th?
21st, next Wednesday.
Wednesday the 21st. Do you remember the hours on that, Justin?
Yes, it's from 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m.
Okay, and then during yard waste drop-off on that Saturday as well. There will be people on, staff on hand to sort of give tours and let people take a walk through. It won't take very long, but I think it's a really important opportunity for the public to see why this board is recommending that those buildings receive some attention.
Great, thanks. Anyone else? Okay. Item number 4 is the town manager's report. Ms. Mizikar?
Good evening, board members. A couple updates for you this evening. I wanted to let the public know that Charter Spectrum has withdrawn their application for a cable franchise agreement with the community. So at the last board meeting, the board concluded the public hearing, but Charter has since withdrawn, so that will no longer be a point of decision that the board needs to make. And they will not be coming into town. I'm very pleased to announce that last week the town's AAA bond rating was affirmed through S&P Global Rating Services. AAA is the highest bond rating that we can receive. The board will be considering issuing bonds later in this meeting, and the AAA bond rating certainly will play out there with a very low interest rate, so we're pleased with all the support from across all departments in managing the town's finances so well. Also wanted to note that the certificate of occupancy has been issued for the Worcester City Motel with plans to be occupied as a state emergency shelter at 235 Boston Turnpike. And then one internal operations announcement. I'm really happy that through the diligent work of Julie Tierney, Bill Tuttle, and John Hamilton, we've established an internal work order system for the Public Buildings Department, leveraging our OpenGov system. It's really important to note that utilizing the OpenGov system that we have in place means that we didn't have to buy an external system, which costs on the magnitude of $25,000 to $35,000 per year. But being able to leverage that internal software system and the resources that we have will save those dollars. So certainly well behind the scenes, but I just wanted to recognize those folks for work on that initiative. That's it.
Great. Thank you. Item number 5 is public comment pursuant to Select Board Policy 31 to offer citizens the opportunity to provide public comments during Select Board meetings on matters within the board's authority. No one has signed up for public comment this evening. Just a reminder that any member of the public can sign up for public comment up until the end of business on Monday prior to our Tuesday meetings. Item number 6, we have a packed room here, and we are excited to have the honor of hosting the swearing in of our new Fire Chief, Seth Colby. So, Kevin, do you want to give us a
Sure.
update on what we're doing?
I would also like to welcome everyone here to the room, all those in attendance and watching this important occasion as Shrewsbury swears in its next fire chief. Certainly, we all know the fire service is a really tight-knit community. Your dedication to each other is only matched by your dedication to serving this community. And that service certainly is exemplified by Chief Colby, not only through his words, but his actions and vision for the Shrewsbury Fire Department. Chief Colby began his career in the Shrewsbury Fire Department in 1997, and since that time has served the town very well and has always evolved and taken on a broader role every opportunity that he could. His leadership includes service as a fire captain from 2006 to 2019, and at that time he was promoted to the deputy chief's position. It's certainly been my pleasure to work closely with Chief Colby. During this time, his commitment to his community and the fire department, along with his professionalism and integrity, has never wavered. I'm incredibly proud to appoint Seth to the chief of the fire department position, and at this time, I'd like to welcome Chief Colby, his close family members, for his swearing in by Town Clerk Sharon Thomas.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Seth Colby,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially,
and to the best of my ability
and to the best of my ability,
perform the duties
perform the duties
of Fire Chief
of Fire Chief
in accordance with the bylaws of the Town of Shrewsbury,
in accordance with the bylaws of the Town of Shrewsbury,
the general laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
the general laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and the Constitution of the United States of America.
and the Constitution of the United States of America.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
So I don't want to take a lot of your time because I know you have the rest of your board meeting to get through, but I would like to say a few words. I would like to thank everyone who took time to be here tonight, especially Representative Kane, members of the Shrewsbury Select Board, Town Manager Mizikar, friends and family. My parents, who have always encouraged me, my daughter, who I could not be prouder of, and my husband, who puts up with me after a long day in the station. Most importantly, I want to recognize the members of the Shrewsbury Fire Department. It is humbling to see all of the support in this room tonight. I am truly honored and excited to have been selected to lead this department into the future. When I started my journey 27 years ago, I never thought I would make it here. I loved being a firefighter, being the one who went into a fire, the one who ran the extrication tools at an accident, but I had limited influence over change. When I made captain in 2006, I felt like I was at the top of my career. After all, there's only one chief in the department, and what are the chances it would be me? By now, I had been an instructor at the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy for a few years, and I was assigned to the department's training officer. This is when I started to feel like I could make a difference department-wide. In 2019, I was appointed to deputy chief, being responsible for the department's fire prevention program, along with other things. While deputy chief, Chief Vona gave me an opportunity for professional development and mentored me in all aspects of the fire department administration. I was able to meet and foster relationships with colleagues from across the state. For this, I am truly grateful to Chief Vona. While we're here tonight for my swearing in, tonight should be a celebration of the Shrewsbury Fire Department. A fire chief is only as good as their firefighters. I have worked at the Mass Fire Academy for over 20 years, and I can tell you firsthand, we have some of the best firefighters in the Commonwealth. By taking the oath of office tonight, I am promising my commitment to the safety and well-being of the firefighters, as well as the community. It takes a special person to be a firefighter, one that has courage, integrity, and compassion. Those values are seen every day by the firefighters in this community. Shrewsbury has extremely knowledgeable, highly skilled, well-trained firefighters. That's what allows me to sleep at night, knowing the town is in good hands. I can't wait to see where we take this department, building on all of the great accomplishments to date. Focusing on teamwork, training, and community engagement, there is no limit. The dedication and professionalism of our department is second to none. There is no other department I would rather lead. I've had the pleasure over the past few years to work with many of the town department heads. The collaboration and teamwork between departments is one of the things that makes working in Shrewsbury special. I look forward to working with all of you in my new role. To all of the firefighters in the room, I invite you to join me in upholding your oath and serving the community with pride. I'm excited for the future and the work that lies ahead. Thank you again, once again, for your support and trust.
It is a packed room here tonight. So many people here to celebrate this wonderful news that you're our new chief. Can't believe it was 1997 when you started. That's the year Jim and I moved to Shrewsbury. And I feel like I have known you as long as I've lived here. You've been such a tremendous neighbor. But as a firefighter and moving up through to the deputy chief, we're actually fortunate to have our first deputy chief here tonight, too, who served in that capacity. You've been an exemplary role model, not only certainly to firefighters, but in the community, and really thank you for that. And you've done a ton of work behind the scenes that people don't see every day, but that has truly made our whole community safe, especially on the emergency management piece, which I know takes a lot of time. And thank God we haven't had any huge emergencies of late, but it is something that I know you have taken great pride in. So I come here tonight on behalf of the House of Representatives to congratulate you and present this citation. It says, "Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Fire Chief Seth Colby in recognition of your promotion to the Chief of the Shrewsbury Fire Department. Shrewsbury is so fortunate to have your dedicated public safety leadership to help keep our town safe and respond to emergencies. Congratulations." The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for your future good fortune and continued success in all of your endeavors. On behalf of the House of Representatives, congratulations.
Yeah, actually, I'd love to get a photo with the whole department if we can, and the select board and Brooke Kane. Could we fit somewhere? Can we get everybody in? Is that possible? Or should we do it outside? We could do, well, we could do the firefighters outside if you want. Maybe just do the select board and then.
With the seal, yeah.
I don't want to hijack the whole meeting.
Just go around. This is good news. You can hijack all you want. Where you want them.
In your way.
A little bit, yeah. I really got down there. All right, squeeze in tight, guys.
Come on, guys.
You guys have to come in more because she can't get you. I'm allowed, sorry.
Sorry.
One,
Remember Spring Street?
Well, I remember you making cotton candy. That's what I was
family to jump into.
Right.
I think I can work with this.
Do you want to get one with your family in there too?
I can't, the select board and town manager would be.
That's one. He says like what?
You guys go to the same barber?
Yeah, right.
He just says like what?
Okay. Sure, thanks.
Why, you remember?
Of course I remember you. How could I forget you?
Select board first.
Yeah.
Have anyone this
Put it all
one?
together, right? Yeah.
Maybe?
Put it all together. Let's all get it. Put it all together.
Okay, scoot in. Oh, okay, we need to balance better. Yeah.
Very balanced.
I got 4, is that right?
Oh, that's perfect. All right.
Thank you.
Take your family with you?
No, I can get them,
Sure.
Come on. Just one chance.
One seal.
No.
Thank you so much.
no, like everybody else, like my
Watch the cord.
Oh, we can.
Don't want to uphold the.
Great. All right, we'll let you have your meeting back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Grandson. He's gonna serve us now.
Congratulations again.
We look forward to working with you.
He must be so proud.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Turns out you don't have to be here. Because
Just like that, everybody's
Gone.
gone.
But he wants to stay for the rest.
No one wants to stay for the rest. Okay. I know. I know. Let's do it. Okay. Item number 7 on the agenda is a public hearing to review and act on the application of Joseph Shea, WGW YL LLC, 261 through 271 Grafton Street, and Nat Souza Shea, proposed manager, for a transfer of Section 12 all alcohol pouring license and common victular license from Bohemia Inc., doing business as Bohemia Restaurant, and for entertainment and Sunday entertainment licenses. And we do have the applicants here in the room. Do you want to come right up, please?
Sit sitting.
You can sit right there. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in. We've reviewed your application. Maybe you could just give us a little bit of background on, I know that your full plans for the establishment are still TBD,
Yeah,
but you have some preliminary plans?
yes. So we are looking to open a family-style restaurant, try to bring the idea of family dinners back and family night out back. Looking to utilize a little bit of today's kind of modern technology and efficiencies with a little hint of nostalgia. We do have our plans in place. We are still keeping them confidential with all due respect. But yeah, I think it's a great location. It's an amazing space, plenty of parking, very central, well-known to the town, and a very admired building.
She has former restaurant experience owning Dessert Lounge on Shrewsbury Street. Was the youngest liquor license holder in Worcester at the time. Also worked in restaurants prior to that. I am, I guess you could say, a serial entrepreneur. If you live in town, you may have heard of my company, Pure Source Water Systems. Before that, I owned a gym in town called CrossFit 1727, a little bit of a nod to the incorporation date. I'm also a licensed property casualty insurance broker, so a lot of business background, and I want to dive into this full head of steam and bring an incredible product to Shrewsbury.
Well, I know that residents will be very excited to see what you do. So this is to review the application for both the alcohol pouring license as well as the entertainment and Sunday entertainment licenses. Board members, any comments or questions for the applicants?
None at this time.
Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
I'm sorry?
Call for public comment.
Oh, I'm sorry, public comment. Sorry, there was no one really left. I just assumed. Okay. I will now entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so voted. Board members, any additional comments or discussion regarding the application? We did review it. Everything is in order. Town staff confirmed. You are required to come in as part of the process, so we do appreciate that. But otherwise, what is the pleasure of the board?
I move the board approve the application of Joseph Shea, WGWYL LLC, 261 to 271 Grafton Street, and Natsuza Shea, proposed manager, for a transfer of Section 12 all alcohol pouring license and common victualler license from Bahinia Inc., doing business as Bahinia Restaurant, and for entertainment and Sunday entertainment licenses.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, board.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We're
I had
looking
a
forward to
question,
seeing you.
if I may. I know it goes to the ABCC next. Is there a general time frame that takes, just so we can kind of wrap our heads around that aspect?
It can vary, to be honest. Can take 2 weeks for more straightforward transactions. With a transfer, they're probably just going to review the financials, perhaps reach out to you as the applicant. That can take about a month to 2 months.
That's good. All right, very good.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys in the fall.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
It's gonna be great. Thank you.
Okay, item number 8 on our agenda is to review and act on the one-day beer and wine and common victualler licenses application of Robert Ryan, St. Mary's Parish, 18 Summer Street, for the following event, the St. Mary's Family Festival, on Friday, September 13th, 2024, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday, September 14th, 2024, from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday, September 15th, 2024, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And while this is an annual event, Mr. Ryan is a first-time applicant and is required to come before and has brought a friend with him.
Well, I hadn't bring a friend.
Back up.
Former state rep Matt Beaton, who is the bar manager,
Oh,
and who, as of today is tip certified.
Last week.
Okay, tips, and I'm in the process of getting tip certified, and that's a whole interesting thing.
so this, I think a lot of us are familiar with the St. Mary's Fair. Is this, sort of the beer tent, if you will?
Right, the Irish, we call it the Irish pub.
Okay,
I don't know why we call it the Irish pub.
all right. Well, being Irish, I'm fond of that. So, we've received all of the necessary information. Everything is in order. We have proof of insurance, the completed Corey forms, et cetera, et cetera. So,
And all our bartenders are 21 or above and required to be a member of the parish.
okay.
And I'm getting tips just to be, strangely, the state doesn't require it. And strangely, bartenders can be 18, but we are 21 and members of the parish.
Okay. Okay. Board members, any comments, questions?
I just have a couple.
Sure.
I mean, you came here, so. I don't want to disappoint you. So I do know this is like a festival with a lot of families, children, and I understand, Friday evening, 6 to 9, Saturday all day. What's the plan to make sure that the alcohol stays where it's supposed to stay, that we aren't serving anybody who shouldn't be served, and we aren't over-serving, that sort of thing?
Well, Matt will be there the whole time. I will be roaming by. I'm the head of security. We do have Shrewsbury Police Detail Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They are going to be in roaming the center of the area. And basically, we have a bunch of security in orange shirts, and we will be the ones to make sure people stay contained. There is no rope. It's a big tent.
Yeah.
And he will talk to all his staff, and I'll check in, and we'll be monitoring who's buying. We do have, as you probably know, as Mr. Kane used to always participate, we have the pub quiz from 8 to 10 on Saturday night, all adults. And we have extra staff on that night. And I think there are some wait staff who are they're like doctors who are part of the church, and they check. They basically, if they we don't have young people for the pub quiz. If they look young, they will check. But if they look like me, they're not going to check.
Right. Well, the pub quiz, I've been to it as well, and I know that that's, basically an older crowd. I'm
Right.
just making sure that on the actual day, like the daytime, that the alcohol is not leaving where it's supposed to be, because, open containers,
Right.
leaving the premises, that sort of thing.
No, there is, and we have, I don't think it's required. We have a adult 21 game ring toss with a bottle. You can win bottles of liquor, and you're not allowed to leave with it until you leave the premises.
Thanks.
You can't open it, and you have to wait till you leave to take it with you.
Right. It's a big undertaking.
Oh, believe me.
Thanks for doing it. I know that the community looks forward to the weekend
Yep.
every year, and it's great for the church and fun for
Right.
families.
Oh, it is a community event. Everybody's invited.
That's it. I don't have any more questions.
Anyone else? No, entertain a motion?
I move the board approve the one-day beer and wine common victualler license application of Robert Ryan, St. Mary's Parish for the St. Mary's Family Festival as outlined on the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, good
You're
luck.
all welcome to attend.
All right.
Mel will give you a free beer.
Well, is that legal? I don't know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Item number 9 is to review and act on the road closure request from Andrew Truman, Town Engineer, for Clues Street and a portion of Memorial Drive in relation to the replacement of water and sewer mains and a new sewer pump station. So, Mr. Truman, thank you for coming in to give us a little bit more background on this request.
Sure. For the record, Andy Truman, Town Engineer. So this is the next phase of the sewer improvements along Route 20. So this sewer is basically going to connect into the sewer that Wind Development put in as part of their project that came down Route 20 and stopped at Clues Street. So we were picking up from the corner of Clues Street and Route 20, running up Clues Street across Memorial Drive, continuing up Clues Street, putting a new pump station in and abandoning the pump station that's currently in Orchard Meadows. And then that sewer will be pumped up to the sewer in Purington, and that will basically have that whole section of Route 20 sewered. We will have to somehow figure out to connect into Polito Drive at some point, but the rest of the road will be sewered. So as most projects, we kind of want to have that road closure in our toolbox in case we need it. I think for Clues we'll definitely need it. What we typically do is, like we did on the water main, is a rolling roadblock. We won't just close the whole street off. We try and keep them open for residents, commercial drivers. So I think if we could do what we did with Oak Street and just give me the permission to kind of coordinate it, I think that would be great. We are hoping to have the work done before the streets close, but we would also like to just seek the waiver for the winter moratorium waiver, so that just in case Kenny's not quite done, we can wrap up any connections in the street. So he's currently mobilizing. We're hoping, if all plans go well, it'll be a 12-month project, but usually it's some kind of widget we're waiting for at the end before we can put the pump stations on, but hopefully it should be a straightforward project. Happy to answer any questions.
Board members, any questions?
We have outlined in our materials information on how this information will be communicated to residents. But if you wouldn't mind, if you have if you just kind of want to review that.
Sure, typically we do, we'll do a general code red for the area, to let people know what's going on. We usually do door hangers if we're gonna have to close anything in particular, but we'll usually do a code red ahead of, a few weeks ahead, and we'll have the road signs up. And then we'll just keep doing the community outreach. We obviously have to coordinate with the school department, waste management, with Casella, police and fire department. But I mean, usually it goes pretty smoothly with the code red, as long as people sign up, and over here, it's a good opportunity to remember people to sign up for it.
Do I understand at this time you don't have any specific dates in mind, nor necessarily a certainty of?
So
what
Kenny's mobilizing right now. He's looking to start, I think I did a test agenda in the back. He's starting hopefully the end of this month to start the sewer connection. He's gonna start at the Clues and Route 20 and come up, basically work his southwestward. But typically what we like to do is just close off the pieces he's working as opposed to just shutting down the whole street, because I'm sure anyone who's driven down a highway and the whole thing's coned off and nothing's going on is a little frustrating. So we will just close off the sections that we need to. That's why we're kind of looking for the rolling closure as opposed to just closing the whole street for 6 months.
Right, that would go over really well.
Yes.
And in those situations, you don't anticipate that anyone would have trouble accessing their own home or driveway?
No, well, we always facilitate that anyway. I mean, there's maybe that very short period where maybe we're going across someone's driveway or something, but typically on most projects, it's not an issue with people getting in and out. Same with waste management, or with traffic, with Casella.
Okay. So this request requires us to also vote to lift the road closure moratorium that is in place from December 1st through March 30th. Any other comments or questions?
I do actually related to the road closure moratorium. I believe the reason we don't allow the roads open during the winter is because something to do with the cold weather and not wanting to disturb pipes. Can you remind me why we don't open roads in the winter?
A lot of it's just to do with plowing operations, because
Okay.
if they've got the street open, it's very difficult to do plowing operations because obviously.
Isn't it also like about patching it in the cold weather? That
Well,
doesn't
I mean,
really
you
work
can do
very well?
patching, you can get patching in the winter, but it's usually not a good product, and you end up probably pulling it out and redoing it. I mean, you can always get bituminous most of the time this time of year, but it's more about operations and just having the streets open and clear.
Okay, so obviously if we're getting storm after storm after storm, you aren't gonna open the road?
No.
All right, good to know. I'm comfortable then.
Yeah, I think we just rely on you for adequate notice to residents, and I know that, even situations like school buses and just making sure that we have a well thought out plan to accommodate.
I mean, luckily we've really just got Holt is the only real cul-de-sac that we've got to get into. Everything else is pretty much commercial along there, so. And luckily there is other options to get around. We do have a detour plan, but we will certainly be coordinating with the school department.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
No other comments or questions? I will entertain a motion.
I move the board approves the road closure request from Andrew Truman, town engineer, for Clues Street and a portion of Memorial Drive, and to authorize Mr. Truman to coordinate the closures as work on this project progresses, and to lift the road closure moratorium as it relates to this project.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Thank you, Mr.
Very
Schmidt.
much.
Thanks.
Sandy.
Item number 10 is to review and act on the road race request for the Barefoot Half Marathon on Sunday, September 1st, 2024 at 7 a.m., beginning in Sterling, Mass., and going through the intersection of Glendale Avenue and Route 70 Clinton Street in Shrewsbury to Holden Street and ending at Shrewsbury High School. So this is the 4th annual event, and it has been very well organized in prior years. Shrewsbury Public Schools has granted permission for the event to conclude at the high school. The Recreation Department has confirmed that there are no conflicting events, and the Shrewsbury Police Department has reviewed the route and event and will not require a detail for the event. So with that said, what is the pleasure of the board?
I move the board approve the road race request for the Barefoot Half Marathon on Sunday, September 1st, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Item number 11 is to review and act to sign the warrant for the September 3rd, 2024 state primary election. The election involves the following offices: U.S. Senator, U.S. Congressman, counselors on the Governor's Council, State Senator, State Representative, Clerk of Courts, and Register of Deeds.
Okay. I move the board sign the warrant for the September 3rd, 2024 state primary election.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Item 12 is to review and act on the appointment of precinct officers to serve a one-year term expiring on August 31st, 2025. The persons being appointed by precinct was posted with the agenda. What is the pleasure of the board?
I move the board approve the appointment of precinct officers to serve one-year terms expiring on August 31st, 2025, as listed on the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted.
Madam Chair, if I just could for a moment, just thank the people who volunteer their time to be precinct officers. You know, we talk a lot about free and fair elections and being able to safely vote, and I think that our town clerk's office and the precinct officers and everyone who works on our elections deserves our thanks and gratitude for allowing us to be able to vote here in Shrewsbury, issue-free.
Well said. Thank you. Item 13 is to review and act on the sale of bonds associated with water system improvements. Mr. Snowden?
Yep.
You're going to walk us through that?
Yeah, this is a quick update. Reflecting on the strength of the town's continued AAA bond rating that the town manager mentioned earlier, Amy Perkins, the town treasurer, announced that on August 6, 2024, the town received 6 bids for the bond issuance in the amount of $3,735,000. 6 bids, and the winning bid was to Fidelity Capital Markets with an average interest rate over the 20-year borrowing of 2.891%. This is a very successful and fortunate rate for the town. And it goes to show the work that's being done in both the financial aspects of the utilities and the town in general are having continued benefit for the community. These bonds will be used for the water main replacement and water meter replacement projects over the coming years. And this is part of the second year of the multi-year capital borrowing for the water utility.
Board members, any comments, questions? Mr. Carr? Anything additional we need to add? No. Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
I move that the board approve the sale of general obligation bonds in the principal amount of $3,735,000 to Fidelity Capital Markets to fund improvements to the water system.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Item number 14 is to review and act on the streetlight request from Harshal Patel, 136 Old Mill Road, for streetlights to be installed in the vicinity of 136 Old Mill Road. So as a matter of process, streetlight requests are sent to the select board, and we vote on whether or not to send it to Selco for study and review, and then Selco will send it back to us, and then we can decide what to do based on their recommendations. So very efficient process. But unless members have any comments or questions, I will entertain a motion.
I move to send the streetlight request from Harshal Patel, 136 Old Mill Road, for streetlights to be installed in the vicinity of 136 Old Mill Road to Selco.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Okay, item number 15 is to review and act to approve the town manager's appointment of Robert Lundgren, 35 Hartford Turnpike, to the Conservation Commission to fill a vacant seat with a term that expires on June 30th, 2027, pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 8C. Mr. Mizikar, anything additional to add regarding this appointment?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank all the applicants. We were fortunate to have 4 individuals, 4 town residents that applied. It's always a tough choice when individuals want to volunteer their time to the community, but Chair Ken Polito and myself reviewed and interviewed all the applicants, and we determined that Mr. Youngren was the best candidate.
Okay. Any comments or questions? Just need a motion.
I move the board vote to approve the town manager's appointment of Robert Lundgren, 35 Hartford Turnpike, to the Conservation Commission, to fill a vacant seat with a term that expires June 30th, 2027, pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 8C.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Item number 16 is to review and act to appoint a select board delegate and alternate delegate to the Central Massachusetts Regional Planning Commission for fiscal year 25. So board member Michelle Conlon served as the board's delegate for fiscal year 2024. We are required to appoint a delegate for 2025, but we are not required to assign an alternate unless anyone here would like that. So, Mrs. Conlon, my understanding is that you would like to be the delegate for the upcoming year as well?
Yes, I would be interested in remaining the delegate for the upcoming year.
Does anyone want to fight Michelle for this? If not, maybe,
Doing it.
Thanks.
And, I mean, it means that she's attending meetings on behalf of the board. They're open to everyone to attend on the board, but I know that you are going to them and then bringing that information back, and I appreciate that you're willing to do that for us.
Thanks. It's interesting work.
would it be appropriate for you to make the motion? Can you make a motion to?
I would
Appoint
make,
yourself.
I think probably not. I move to appoint Board Member Conlon as a delegate, and we are not going to have an alternate, so I'm just going to leave that off, to the CMRCP for FY '25.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Thank you, Michelle, for doing that. So next we'll move into correspondence. Number 17 is a letter received July 19th, 2024 from Kenneth Engstrand, 104 Sewell Street regarding 142 Clinton Street, so noted. Number 18 is a letter received July 25th, 2024 from Gretchen Nolan, 20 Bosworth Road regarding 142 Clinton Street project, so noted. Item number 19 is an email received July 30th, 2024 from State Representative Hannah Kane regarding a letter to Stop and Shop. So noted. And item number 20 is a letter received August 7th, 2024 from Gail Aslanian, Shrewsbury Garden Club regarding scarecrows on the common. Also so noted. Items 21 through 28 are ZBA decisions that are noted for the record. And unless there's any other comments, questions, discussion, that concludes our agenda. And if there's not anything else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. This meeting's adjourned. Thank you.